Hello everybody, Michael Lanfield here, and thank you for joining me. So today's topic is very important. Now I talk about it in my book, I touch about it a little bit, but I wanted to go into it in a little more detail, and that is religion. Stay tuned for that. Okay, so there's a few things that I want to mention about religion, and this is in particular to all religions, but specifically the big ones: Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. So these three mainly. Hinduism is also very, very big in numbers. So this is not really what I'm going to be talking about here, but in generality, religion in totality, and then specific ones as well. The background is not very good, but anyways. So religions are problematic because what tends to happen is that when someone grows up with something or believes eminently in something that they will fight for or die for, that is something that is kind of fanatical, right? If you want to die for something, it's like unless it's something that is truly bringing harmony into the world, but religion doesn't bring harmony into the world, at least for the most part. Okay? Religions bring separation, control, and domination. That's just how it is. Okay? Separation because if one is a Jew or a Muslim or a Christian or Hindu or Buddhist or whatever, there is already a separation there. You know, I am this, so my religion, my denomination is the right one. Yours is the wrong one because I am in the right one, the correct one. There's already separation. There's violence. There's violence. You know, because religion has nothing to do with the spirit, with love. The spirit is love. Spirit you can call God, universe, cosmos, essence, our essence, whatever you want to call it. That is love, unconditional love. Religion is on the opposite side. Okay? Religion has nothing to do with love. Yes, there may be certain teachings within religions that may be more loving and caring towards humans or even to non-human animals, but for the most part it's on the complete opposite end of love. It's fear. A lot of what religion is about fear, because that's the opposite of love, fear. So within religions, there are different denominations, so different kind of subcategories or sub-religions. So this is true with every religion. There's always a particular type of Jew, or a particular type of Muslim, or particular type of Buddhist, or particular type of Christian. And there's always a separation. This is violence. You know, one against the other, you know. So this is very, very hard for people to understand that this is separation, and this separation is violence. We are all interconnected. We are all love deep down. We're all love. And religion takes us away from that. They don't get us to question, even though I've heard people say, Oh, I question, I do this, I do that. No, they don't. They tell you to read this book and not to question the imam or the priest or the pope or whoever, and to say, hey, don't listen to that non-believer, don't listen to that, that other book. Read the Bible, people, or read the Quran, or read this, or read that. But we need to realize that we are not doing this on our free will. We have been indoctrinated since birth, basically, to believe in that particular religion, whatever religion we are following right now. We are taught to believe in that. We're literally forced. And I know that there are many children that in their early days of going to church, they don't like it. It's boring. It's truly boring for them. And they fiddle and they make noise, and they usually play with other children, and they do things that sometimes even their parents say, "Shh, be quiet, during the service." It's tough to talk about this because, and I had this on my mind for a very long time to do a video like this. But if we are not given a free choice as to the matter, like to partake in our religion or not, to partake in the specific religion of the family or not, then that is forced indoctrination, forced programming, forced into something that we are not freely choosing. And maybe somebody might say, "Oh, I freely chose to be here and to be part of this and this." No, you did not. Because usually when we're children, we don't really know what we're going into or getting ourselves into. And we just follow because our parents say, our families say, the religions say, the customs say, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to dress this way, you need to do this, you need to, it's horrible. It's violence. When someone tells you what to do, okay, that takes us away from love, basically from the Spirit, from God, that is not love, people. That is violence. That is extreme forms of violence. It is not non-violence, it is violence. It is oppression. Okay? So, as young children, we are indoctrinated into our religions. Now, some people I've heard, and I've even known people to tell me that, for example, Judaism is not a religion, or at least Jews is not a religion. It's a people, and it could be true, could be right. Some people say it's a religion. Some people say it's a people. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, what matters is that it's all violence. All religions are violence because they separate. Now, all religions, what we know as religion, all religions, even the small ones that seem to preach ahimsa, like Jainism, like Buddhism, even Hinduism, ahimsa is non-violence or non-injury or non-harm. And many of those adherers are not vegans. So they don't teach, the religions don't teach non-violence. They teach violence. They don't teach the core principle of what veganism is, which is unconditional love for all life. Yes, there may be some sermons and there may be some events that are, catering more about love and more about love thy neighbor and more about nonviolence and things like this. But for the general part of it, religions are going away from this. They are supporting the killing of non-human animals in every way. Let me take one example for you. I have been in the circles, in the likes of the Seventh-day Adventists, which is a Christian denomination. The Seventh-day Adventists are mostly vegetarians, okay? The adherers of Seventh-day Adventists are not necessarily vegetarians. At least at the time, they were, some eons ago. But nowadays, they're not vegetarians. And vegetarianism, what I mean is veganism, okay? No. But what happened to me was, at some point for many months, I went to a place that was serving, supposedly, completely vegan meals. Now, I question if the bread was vegan, but in any case, they said the meals were completely vegan. I verified as best as I could, and I was there, and I was, just there with these beautiful people. Now, I don't know what made them to make vegan food, but that was great. I mean, that's amazing that at least one meal is cruelty-free. I don't even like that term. That one meal is like free of, there's no animal secretions in that meal. It was kind of a buffet. You go around and you get what you wanted. So it was very, very nice. I really enjoyed the meal. Was the basic things, rice and potatoes and vegetables and fruits and bread and all this kind of thing, regular things. But when I asked most of the people that I talked to if they were vegan, many of them said no. Many of them said they weren't even vegetarians. So imagine, and that is the problem with religions. Their core values is not a vegan value. So that's another problem with religions. Why are we still following a religion? Being in a religion that doesn't allow us to question, the core value is not about nonviolence, is not about veganism, and that just overall is violent in nature. Why are we part of a system like this? Now, I want to talk about one other thing, about religion, especially when it comes to Muslims and Jews. Islam and Judaism, they practice circumcision on boys. Okay, boys and teenagers. Now, doesn't matter when it's done on boys. Doesn't matter if it's the same day, if it's one day later, if it's in their teenage years. Cutting a part of our bodies, usually without anesthesia, almost always without anesthesia, is very horribly violent. It's excruciating pain on the boys. Okay? This need not happen. This is violence at every level. And the religions that support this is horrible. It's horrible. Okay? It's horrible. That's what I can say. Okay? I've seen videos of babies being circumcised. It's fucking horrible. And nobody needs to do this to children at all. No one needs to do this. The fucking religions have us brain sullied to believing that this is necessary practice, it's a normal practice, it's an absolutely mandatory practice, it's a fucking violent action that need not happen. And it makes me furious at times, but I understand. It's just because we were brought up this way to believe that we need to do it because our fathers did it, we did it, we have to do it. We had it done. It's mutilation without our consent. It's mutilation without our consent because babies and children don't have any say in any of this. They don't have any say at all in any of this. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's horrible. It's going against our true innate values of love and compassion for all life. Absolutely, circumcision is a horrid thing that need abolishment completely. Now, there are some cases that some people have said in their adult years or when they were teenagers, they did it. They were not Jews or Muslims, but basically in their adult or teenage years or as an older child, they were circumcised because they had a problem with their foreskin, this kind of thing. And I see many people. We have people here in Peaceful Village. A lot of us walk naked. Here is a clothing optional community. So we promote nudism. We promote naturalism. So people are welcome to go walking here and there, wherever they want, naked, barefoot. And I see many men circumcised, or at least partially circumcised. This is sad, very sad, because they're being mutilated without their consent. Now, some of them I talked to, there was, that I know of, there's 3 people that I know of, okay, that had done circumcision on themselves, of course through a doctor and this kind of thing, with their consent or partial consent. And they said before the circumcision, they were experiencing for many years pain in their penis from the foreskin. I don't know what this is, what the pain is all about, what happens, but definitely if we were meant to live without foreskin, penis foreskin, God, the Creator, whoever, or nature would have made our penis without foreskin. But what did they do? Well, nature, God, made humans, men, to have foreskin. There's a reason for that. There's a lot of reasons for that. I'm not going to go into all the reasons why we need foreskin, but basically it keeps the penis, the end of the penis, moist and less sensitive. Okay? And if we were not meant to have foreskin, we would be born without foreskin. Pure and simple. So what do? We cut without virtually everyone who is circumcised. It's almost always done without anesthesia, without any painkillers. Ultimately, without our consent. It's a hard reality, folks. Muslim and Jews. And in Islam, girls are also circumcised. They have their I don't know what they call that part there, the flap there, they have that cut as well. It's a horrible practice. Horrible practice. Horrible practice. And that is mutilation. That is violence. That is extreme forms of violence without our consent. We don't have consent. As babies and children, we don't have consent. until we're 18. In many countries. Sometimes 19, 21, depends. Sometimes a little older. In many Muslim places, a lot younger than that. Sometimes children don't have any say whatsoever. They do whatever they want. They get, they get married at such a young age, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years of age. Horrible. Marriage in itself is horrible. But anyways, that's another video topic. But yeah, religion, if we're still in a religion and we still defend it eminently, there is something that we need to do, our research. Really go into it, because it's horrible. It's very, very demonic. Very demonic. Very... I don't know what to call religions. Religion is a very, very satanic institution. A lot of priests and popes and clergy, they do horrible things to children. They do horrible things to... Yeah, they do. There's a lot of satanic things that happen within religions, and I don't want to be a part of any of that. And I'm trying to teach people, hey, look what is happening. Then there will be those people that say, hey, wait a minute, you got that all wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. Challenge me. Okay, I may not know specifics about certain religions and little things about religions, or I may say little things, little facts here and there, not truthful. But generality, what I'm talking about is reality. People, is reality. Cutting the foreskin off of a baby's penis, that is reality. And they do it often, or almost entirely, without anesthesia. They have no say whatsoever. Children are indoctrinated into their religions. At least most of the families indoctrinate their children to believe this or that religion. It's horrible. They don't get you to question anything. It's like, don't question anything. Don't be like that person in the Bible, or that person. Don't be like that person. You sinned. You're a sinner. You're a sinner. You're this. You're that. And then we have to partake in all this nonsensical religious ceremonies and religious holidays that are very violent. Very horribly violent, all of them. Eating things that are and eating beings. Eating living beings, imagine, and their secretions. Because I definitely do know that most, if not many, religious believers are not vegans. Many of them. And even if they are vegan, truly vegans, because many people call themselves vegan nowadays, have no clue what the term even means. It means to stop using the fucking animals and leave them alone. So leave the non-human animals alone. In totality. So if you are eating animals, or wearing animal skins, or testing on them, or use anything that contains animal ingredients, or have a pet, you are not vegan. Plain and simple. I can challenge you on this. Let's have a interview here. Come on. If you want to challenge me, if you think that you are right with your religion, and your religion doesn't indoctrinate you, and you had freedom to choose your own religion and all this kind of things, I want to challenge you, please, in a very honest, non-violent conversation. I'd like to have a podcast with you. I'd like to interview you on why you think your religion is the right one, why you think it's not violent. Truly, I like you to come on, and I like to talk to you about this, because I like to learn. I like to learn. If there's a religion out there that truly is not violent, and they're vegan, that is awesome. But so far, I haven't met anybody, any religion, anybody that can claim that. And whenever somebody justifies something, oh, Jesus did this, and God did this, and God said this, they cannot verify that. Oh, it's somewhere in the Bible. Okay, somewhere in the Bible. Where in the Bible? So that is the thing. Where in the Bible? And the Bible's very, very contradictory. Just in the Old Testament, there's a lot of discrepancies, a lot of contradictions. It says one thing, one section, and then right after it says something different, something completely opposite. It's like, huh? And Aurora was a Catholic. She grew up as a Catholic, and when she got a little bit older, she denounced her religion. She went to her priest and she told him, I want to get out of my religion. You know what he did? He threw the paper in her face. He threw the paper and he closed the door. He said, I don't want you to enter here, because they don't like these kind of people. They don't like nonconformists. They don't like non-believers. She wanted to leave, and they wouldn't allow her to leave. They wouldn't allow her to remove her name from the religious registry, because they don't like that. They don't like that. They want her to stay in. They're forcing her to stay in. Yeah, she has a lot of stories about that. So they force them. They force people. Yeah, and some religious extremist fanatics, and I can say that, because it's the action of the people, not the people themselves. The people are probably lovely, lovely, lovely human beings, but it's the actions of the people is what I'm talking about here, folks. I'm not an anti-human anything. I am all for love, unconditional love for all beings and to all beings. But when religion puts you in a mindset that, okay, just follow this religion, don't question anything, do this, do that. Horrible, horrible. Also, there's stuff about halal and kosher and killing in a certain way animals. There's no fucking humane way to kill an animal, people. I don't care what your religion says. It's horrible. It's horrible. It need not happen. And if you're still part of this, I'm very, very sorry. I'm very sad for you. Be open. Be open, very, very open to learning about why why we should remove ourselves completely from religion. Yeah. And also another thing is why we should also remove our names. Okay, so our biological or birth or legal name we should also get rid of. And we have a spiritual name. Everyone has a spiritual name. Okay? And so we should forego also that identity of our past. We're living a new life. This is the new Mother Earth talking to us. Are we listening, or are we with our heads in the sand like ostriches? Your choice. But if we want to survive and we want to thrive as a species and not to take countless other species on their brink of extinction, then we better think of what we're really doing and rethink our actions. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I'm Michael Lanfield. Don't forget, our website is under construction. It's an ongoing process. As of this video, it's still in the works. We love you very much. There's yeah, it'll be up and running shortly. Much love, everybody. Love you very much, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.